Everything is already set, the drill is in place. I am gonna use the highest possible speed for the drill. It is at 2000 RPMs at the moment. I believe it has one more speed, it is 2500 RPMs, but the electricity over here is not the greatest and the drill doesn't have the power to even start at that speed, so this is gonna be the highest speed for me that I'm gonna use it. The valve is installed. I'm gonna install the valves in the drill and spin them. So over here I have masked the part that has to be protected, so this is all of the clearance that I need. This part is gonna be sanded and cleaned and polished and everything, and I'm using this as a marker and as a protector, so from this point forward upwards I don't need to do anything. I have to protect it. This is the stem where the valve is sitting inside of the valve guide, so this has to be left alone, not touched and stuff. So this is gonna be the part that I'm gonna work on, and the bottom side as well. So I have prepared all of the valves already, and I have prepared myself some different sandpapers. You can see the rows. This is 80 grit, this is 150 grit, 240 and 400 at the moment. So it is gonna be a long and tedious process. I'm not gonna show you everything. I'm gonna start the drill and you'll get the point. Basically I'm gonna go through all of the sandpapers. Of course, if I need to use 80, I'm gonna use it on the valves that are very dirty, like this one, and I can't clean them with the finer sandpaper. But if I don't have to, I'm not gonna get into this one. I'm gonna stick to the finer ones. I will show you the beginning of the process and you'll be able to guess what the process is gonna look like in the end. The overall effect will show you what I have done, but basically it is going to be the same procedure over and over again till I get the satisfying for me result. So let's start. So the first valve is done. I'm gonna go through all of them to replicate this result. Honestly, it can be done better, but my drill is overheating from all of the spinning and the amount of work she does, so I'm afraid I'm gonna damage it and I'm not gonna push it. So I'm gonna at least try to make all of them match this one. One thing is annoying over here in this area on the exhaust valves, because this is the exhaust valve. there is this notch, and I tried to smooth it out as much as I can, and this takes way too much time. You can see the difference. This is so much smoother and cleaner than this thing, and this is the reason that I'm wasting way too much time doing this, but still you can see the difference. I'm hoping that this way, the way that I have finished them, they're gonna stay cleaner for longer, and there is gonna be more air coming in and out of the engine. So pretty much this is it. I'm gonna try to do the same with the rest of the valves. Well, finally I have a fresh set of valves and I'm ready to move to the next stages, but I want to show you how they look like now. So I'm done with this job, let's move to the next steps. Well guys, I finally have some progress. The head is completely assembled and ready to be mounted, but I have made some stupid mistakes. For example, I ended up resurfacing the head by hand, and over here I'm not very happy with this area. I don't know if you can tell, but it still needs some sanding. And what else? For example, for another example, I mean, you can see that the spark plugs are the old ones, which are not okay, and I should replace them, but I didn't bought new ones, and the bolts for the head. Since I have two sets of bolts for the head, I ended up deciding to use the old ones, which is not the greatest, but still this over here, this plastic tubing that is for connection point for the radiator is the old one, but this one I decided it is gonna be smarter to buy it. Basically I'm using what I bought 8 months ago. Now I didn't have the time or the desire to go buy new parts, and I'm stuck with what I have at the moment. Since this work on the head and the block is taking way too much time, which I wasn't expecting. At the moment I thought that I'm gonna be almost done with this thing. The overall result is kind of nice. I think I like it. Probably it's not 100%, but still it looks nice. Over here you can see that the ports are polished as well. The light is kind of shady at the moment and you won't be able to tell, but still everything looks okay, cool. The camshaft is mounted as well. I had to polish the camshaft because it had some rust, because this head was not used for a while. It has some surface rust. Nothing major, but I had to polish the camshaft as well. Overall, I think it is okay and ready to be mounted. I want to show you the block. I had to resurface a bit the block as well, by hand of course, because I can't take the block out, and I'm concerned about, sorry for the noise, but it is kind of tight over here. I'm kind of concerned for this area over here in this angle. I'm sorry I can't show you this properly, but probably you'll be able to tell that I resurfaced this till I was happy enough. I'm a bit concerned still, but I think that the gasket is gonna be able to seal the cylinders. Over here in this area, on the first cylinder is great, the second cylinder everything looks okay, and the third as well, but the fourth cylinder, as I mentioned, is kind of shady as well. What I have to do now is I'm gonna have a brand new seal for this part over here on top of the water pump, but I forgot to get it out of the package. I'm gonna install it before the head, and the next thing is gonna be to I have one or two little things that I have to tweak, and I'm gonna install the gasket itself, and of course I'm gonna show you that as well, because I think it is gonna look cool, and just I want to show you that as well. After that, it's time for the head to meet the engine block once again, and for me to try to retighten everything and assemble it. Afterwards is gonna be just the timing process and assembling everything back together, but this is gonna be relatively slow process, but still easier than to sand the block and the head, and I will take my time. I won't rush. I will stop rumble about it, and I will mount the gasket, and I will show you that as well. So let's go, because I can't wait anymore to see what is gonna happen next.